what has been your issues with KSI in the past? When you first started YouTube, what were your intentions there?
Oh, gaming channel. That was
really?
Yeah. Massive gaming channel. Keemstar picked me up for his Call of Duty team, like when I had like 400 subscribers. I've known Keemstar for like 4 years, like 5 years now.
Are you pally with Keemstar?
Yeah.
Oh, because your first upload on your channel
is Keemstar.
Is trolling Keemstar. Yeah. See, this is where I should really do my research, because I just saw that and was like, oh, obviously you're not keen on him, but you are.
Well, I've known him for ages. He's like my first like big break in the scene. He promoted me at the start of like everything. I featured on Drama Alert. I did some guest hosts on there. So yeah, me and he's like helped me when like no one else like wanted to help me out. You know, the UK scene, the commentary scene in general were trying to like stop me from growing quite a lot when I started coming out, especially like, people like I'm Alex and stuff like that. So he was the one who like helped me like break past that.
Right.
Which, for me, it's like, I know people don't like Keem and have their like own opinions on him, but he's always been good to me. And even when a lot of YouTubers like turn their backs on like me and stuff, he was always there like back in my corner.
Right.
So it was nice to have someone like that as well.
But what do you think of his like content? Because obviously he's come under a lot of this is the hard thing, because obviously with me calling people out, you could probably quiz me today on why I haven't like publicly called out I'm Alex and stuff. And that would be a hard one to answer in all honesty, because he has done a lot wrong. But how couldn't that be flipped at you with the Keemstar thing then? Because he's done a lot wrong, but you wouldn't call him out. Yeah,
of course. It 100% could be flipped on me. The thing about Keemstar is, though, I think compared to people like I'm Alex, is he does acknowledge his mistakes. And a lot of the H3 video, if you watch my video on the H3 video on Keem, like a lot of the times Keemstar does like fuck up, but he tries to rectify his mistakes. Like the guy he falsely accused of being like a paedophile, he then tried making it up to him and like did everything he could. Obviously, there's no like rectifying. That's one of the worst things you can do to anyone.
Yeah.
But he tried, and he actually actively went out of his way to like push people in the community to like help this guy out and like support him.
Right.
Whereas you got people like Alex who I think don't ever acknowledge or take accountability for actions. Like Keem does so way more than any of these like YouTubers do.
That's fair enough. Keem's a strange one, because I've not had much kind of interaction with him, and I didn't really know who he was until quite late on. So I saw a lot of like the sidemen interacting with him, and I kind of just didn't really look into it. And then when Alex was on here, so probably I think the reason why he disliked me was just because of my connection with Alex. But because we made one. Do you remember, Stevie? We made one comment about.
It was one of our first ever episodes. We made a comment about him, calling him a gnome or something.
No. So this was before that, right? So because I made a comment about how I don't know if it can be classed as a news show because he gives a biased opinion on it, which I thought was like a valid response. And then since then, like he just went in on me like with like Twitter videos and stuff like that. So I don't get what his game is. What is he trying to do on? Is he a news show?
No,
or?
I think he I watched his he did like another podcast where he said there was a point in his career where he turned from like a news show and just started giving his opinions on things. Because I don't know if it's because there's a lot of copycats or what, but he's not like a news show. I've never considered him like a news show.
No, but he literally goes right into the news.
Yeah, but I never I just watch him for like trending topics as you would like something like, I don't know, like Hollywood Fix, I don't know.
Do you still speak to him now?
Yeah, I haven't spoke to him properly in like a month, but I DM him and stuff now and then, or Skype calls sometimes.
Oh, fair.
Yeah.
You mentioned that when you started, a lot of like the commentary community tried to like kill you before you. What do you mean by that?
Okay, so when I started out, it was like proper commentary community where everyone would do videos on each other. So it was like proper like ruthless. Like every commentator wouldn't make videos on like bigger YouTubers. It'd just be, like attacking each other.
Right.
Kind of like who could roast each other the best. And then I came out, Keemstar promoted me and everyone hated it like straight away, especially like I'm Alex, Brad Does Banter, Giraffe, all them kind of people. And everyone got together and started making videos of me. I think I've had over hundreds of videos made of me, like easily. And they all started making videos of me at one time. So I just went through like the most viewed ones and just started like doing my own comebacks to them, And then eventually they just stopped. But like for the longest time, no one was like have anything to do with me, or like even all they would do is try and like expose me for the tiniest things, which didn't hold up at all. So,
right. What do you think that was because they saw you as a threat?
Massively, 100%.
Right.
Yeah.
See, because this is the weird thing, because when I first started YouTube, not that I liked the content, but I'm quite open now, whereas like I was actually jealous of like Alfie Days and stuff, because I originally was like this young kid that was like, oh, I want to do YouTube, I want to do this, want to do that. And then it was, like I said in the interview we had the other week, like it was a combination of two things. One was that because I didn't get the success that they had, I became quite envious of that and quite jealous. And then the other one, the more legitimate reason, was that I did actually meet a lot of these people and they were just bastards. But the main one, which I can't run away from, is the fact that I was a bit jealous of that. As somebody who is in a similar line of work, such as yourself, who calls these people out, do you think it spawned from a place of being envious of them at the start?
No, I don't think so. The way I started like into this commentary stuff, I was like doing Call of Duty videos for ages. They kind of weren't working. And then I can't remember who it was, but there was this prank where his dad gave his child a laxative in their like pudding.
Right.
And they ate it and he started filming them like shitting themselves, like completely like in the toilet and just laughing at them. And it's like, and I was like, I was at uni, I got so angry watching this. I was like, I'm going to turn on the camera right now and just like rinse this guy as hard as I can.
Yeah.
It really like aggravated me.
Yeah.
So I just did that. And then I got like a great response in terms of how big my channel was at that time. And I was like, I don't even need the Call of Duty gameplay. People don't mind just watching the camera on its own and just me speaking.
Right.
So it wasn't because I got into commentary, I think at the start anyway, because I just saw something I really disliked and had to like try and voice my opinion on it. And
Yeah.
that's what I really wanted to do.
Right.
So yeah.
I've heard you say things about me before in the past, and I don't think, you correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think you've ever made like a full video on me or anything like
I
that.
haven't even thought about it.
Right. But like, because I've always found that with you, and I've never really had a huge issue with what you do. Like, how could I? I'd be the biggest hypocrite ever. But like, I always found that you'll go for like loads of different comments about as many people as possible. Like, is that a thing that you would agree with or not?
Like what?
I don't know, like, because with the True Geordie one,
Yeah.
like, I think you made a few comments about me in that, about potentially like being up his arse and stuff like that.
Okay. But I probably lumped you in with the whole of the UK scene, right? Yeah. So it's more of a generalization than like you specifically.
Right.
Yeah, I have a massive like thing, like a whole UK cliquey. UK YouTubers are super cliquey. Like everyone's into kind of one little bubble.
Right.
And if you don't conform to that bubble, it's kind of like, fuck you.
Right.
And it seems that way. And it's like everyone's, rimming KSI at the top. That kind of is how it, from my point of view, has always been. I've always looked in, the minute I made videos on KSI, the second I did that, no like UK YouTubers would like talk to me anymore. Like no one would even come near me. I was like, okay, I get how it is, but I'm not gonna like not say my opinion just because of some guy who I probably won't even meet. KSI,
But then I've made videos on KSI before in the past. I've done complete like proper videos where like I've cussed him up for like the mental health stuff that he said against Joe Weller, and I continue to make like little digs at him and that, but in a more, because I think the difference between us, and this isn't mean to be a diss at you, but like my stuff's always been a bit more comical, whereas you're quite bitey in what you say. So do you think if you added more humour to it, because KSI is fine with me, and even now I can give him like shit on podcasts and stuff, and he'll be fine. And I'm not saying that you don't want any validation from him anyway, but do you ever consider putting more humour into it, or is that not your game? Is that not what you're about?
I never like started commentary thinking like, how people would put in their bios like, or their categories like comedy or comedian. I never like was like, I'm a comedian, I'm so funny, I can't wait till I was kind of just like, I wanted to like make kind of like, I write like essays before I do my videos, so I like plan everything out like in like the evidence and everything like this, and like really make sure everything's good before I put it out, because I don't want to put out anything like false and stuff like this. So it's more like just exposés that I enjoy doing. I like doing funnier stuff. Like I have done stuff in the past where I've been more, it's more humor based, but I enjoy doing like the breaking down things and like really like giving my opinion and showing like the evidence to back it up.
Right.
I think that's one thing as well. A lot of YouTubers don't do as much as like give all the evidence. Whereas I'm not like gonna just shit on someone for no reason. There will be like reasons in my video and evidence to like back what I'm saying, like 99% of the time, if not like 100%.
Right. So what has been your issues with KSI in the past?
What was it? So it was when he made that comeback with remember he like blacked out his Twitter completely, darked it out. He was like, I'm changing, I'm gonna be like this new man.
Yeah.
And he came back and he's just like the same old dickhead. And I was just like and I was just like, oh great. I was like, this is fun. And I was like, you're not really changing. And his lyrics and Creature were like, I was like poking fun at him as well at that time. It wasn't so much of like, oh, I hate KSI, because I was a huge KSI fan, massive. Me and my brothers as well back home used to all watch KSI. FIFA stuff was like some of the best stuff that I think still that's been on YouTube. I loved his FIFA stuff. I wish he goes back to it, to be honest. But yeah, it was just like, I just didn't like him at the time. I thought he was being a dickhead. The whole Joe Weller stuff as well that happened with the mental health.
Yeah.
And I just thought, like, you could see, in my opinion, it was just the ego completely like went off the rails a bit at that point. I think he's fine now. I really respect KSI. People don't really believe this. I like KSI and I respect him a lot. I tweeted him the other day about his music doing well as well.
Yeah, we saw that.
We saw that.
Yeah.
It didn't go down well.
It didn't go down well, but you know, I always say I criticize people, but I do give people props as well, like online. Like I'm Alex, when he hit 1 million subscribers, I congratulated him straight away.
Really?
On Twitter. Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Because like, it's a big achievement. And that was before we were beefing properly though. That was like,
So would you congratulate him if he hit 2 million tomorrow?
fuck no.
It's a completely different situation now.
No way. Yeah, but this is before any of like the serious stuff kind of went down. Like anything like where it was like I really didn't like him. Like before, me and Alex would like we made videos on each other. He's just a bit of a dickhead, whatever. Don't hate the guy. But now the kind of person he is, like I just don't fuck with that at all.
Really?